without wasting our time, let us start our today's session. In our previous session, we have learned multiplication of integers. So my dear students, do you understand how to multiply two integers or more than two integers? Okay. In this session, we have learned whenever we multiply two positive integers, then our product is positive. When we multiply one positive integers with one negative integer, product is negative. If we multiply two negative integers, then our product is positive. When we multiply with three negative integers, then product is negative. If we multiply four negative integers, then our product is positive. That means if number of negative integers is even, then product is positive integers, and if number of negative integers are odd, then product is negative integers. Okay, so dear students, remember this is very important while we are doing the multiplication of negative integers. Okay, so let us start our today's session. In our today's session, we are going to learn properties of multiplication of integers. Properties of multiplication of integers. So first property of multiplication is closure property. What this property says? Just look at here. Now 12 into 3. 12 into 3. Answer is 36. That is product is 36. Negative 5 into 4. Answer is negative. Why negative? Since one integer is positive and one integer is negative. In multiplication, negative into positive. Product is negative. Right? Negative 20 into negative 6. Now there are two negative integers. Okay? There are two negative integers. In multiplication, negative into negative is positive. That means negative 20 into negative 6. Answer is positive 120. Okay. So 12 into 3, 36. Negative 5 into 4, negative 20. Negative 20 into negative 6, 120. What do you observe from this? What will be your observation here? Now tell me, students. Can you find a pair of integer? Can you find a pair of integer whose multiplication is not an integer? Can you find a pair of integer whose multiplication or whose product is not an integer? No. So what? This shows that product of two integer number is again an integer. Okay? What we can say? Product of two integers is again an integer. Okay, here 36, negative 20, 120, all are integer numbers. So product of two integer is also an integer. Okay, so what says that? Integers are closed under multiplication. So what we say here? Integers are closed under multiplication. Why they are closed under multiplication? Since product of two integer is also an integer number. Okay, when we multiply two integer number, again we get integer number. Therefore, integers are closed under multiplication. Okay, do you understand the closure property of integers for multiplication? Right? Okay. Now, second property is commutativity. Commutativity. Now look at here. 3 into negative 4. 3 into negative 4. The answer will be here negative 12. Since one is positive, one is negative. So answer is negative. Okay. Now negative 4 into 3. Here 3 into negative 4. Okay. I will change the answer order here. Negative 4 into 3. Negative 4 into 3. Also answer is negative 12. Look at the second example. Negative 17 into 0. Negative 17 into 0. Answer is 0. If I multiply 0 into negative 17, again I get the same answer, 0 here. If I multiply negative 15 into negative 10, now negative into negative is positive. So my answer is positive 150. If I multiply negative 10 into negative 15, again my answer is 150. What this shows here? If I change the order of integers in a product, it does not affect on the answer. If I change the order of integers in a product, it does not affect on the answer. Okay, here 3 into negative 4 and here 4 negative 4 into 3. Both the answers are same. That means if I change the order of integer, it does not affect on the answer. This property is known as commutativity property. Commutativity property, this shows that A into B is equals to B into A. A into B is equals to B into A. So from this we say that multiplication is commutative for integers. Multiplication is commutative for integers. Okay. So here we completed two properties of multiplication. First is closure and second is commutativity. Okay students. So shall I go to the next point? Okay. So now look at here. 3 into 0 is equals to 0. Right? Negative 4 into 0 is equals to 0. Negative 5 into 0. The answer will be 0 here. 100 into 0. Answer is 0. Okay. Here 3 into 0. 3 is positive integer. So positive integer into 0. Answer is 0. Negative 5 into 0. 5 is the negative integer. So negative 5 into 0 is equal to 0. Then this shows that if I multiply 0 with any integer number, if it is positive or it is negative, if I multiply 0 with any integer number, product is 0. Okay, that means A into 0 is equals to 0, where A is any integer. A is any integer, A into 0 is equal to 0. So by multiplication of 0 with any integer number, we get the answer is 0. Okay. Now look at here. 1 into 5. The answer is 5. 6 into 1. Answer is 6. Negative 3 into 1. Answer is negative 3. 1 into negative 8. Our answer is negative 8. Okay. In fourth example, here I multiply with 1. Okay. What this shows that, or what is your observation for this? Okay. When we multiply 1 with any of the number, we get the same number again. When we multiply 1 with any of the integer, we get the same integer here. Here 1 into 5, positive 5. My answer is positive 5. 1 multiply with negative integer. 1 multiply with negative integer, answer is negative. 1 multiply with positive integer, answer is positive. 1 multiply with negative 8, answer is negative 8. Okay. So 1 is called as the multiplicative identity. 1 is called multiplicative identity. Why? Since when we multiply 1 with any number, or when we multiply 1 with any integer, we get the same number. If we multiply 1 into A into 1, answer is A. If I multiply 1 into A, answer is A. So 1 is called as multiplicative identity. So remember students, 1 is multiplicative identity for integers. Okay. Now what about minus 1? Okay. So now listen student, when we multiply with minus 1 with integers, let us check what will happen here. If I multiply 3 into negative 1. Now look at here. Here 3 is positive. If I multiply 3 with negative 1, I get the answer negative 3. Right? I get the answer here negative 1, 3. That means here 3 is positive. When we multiply this 3 with negative 1, I get the product negative 3. That means sign of 3 will changes here. Here 3 is positive and it becomes negative. Second example. 5 into negative 1. Here 5 is positive. Okay. If I multiply 5 with negative 1, my answer will changes here. Negative 5. Okay. That means sign of 5 will changes. Here 5 is positive, but here the sign of 5 is negative. Now negative 6 into negative 1. Now integer is negative here. Negative 6 into negative 1. But product of two negative integer is positive. Okay. So here sign of 6 is negative. And in product 6 has positive sign. Negative 1 into negative 4. Same here. Negative 4 into negative 4. Here negative 4 is, that is negative integer. And the product is positive here. That means by multiplication of negative 1, we does not get the same answer. When we multiply with 1 to the any number, we get the same number here. Right? When we multiply with 1 to the any integer, we get the same integer. But we multiply by negative 1 with any integers, we does not get here the same integer. The sign of the integer will changes. If it is positive, becomes negative. If it is negative, becomes positive. Therefore, negative 1 is not multiplicative identity. Negative 1 is not multiplicative identity, but 1 is the multiplicative identity. Okay students, do you understood this? Okay. Now look at another property of multiplication, which is associativity. Okay. Next property of multiplication of integers is associativity. Okay. So consider here one example. Here I take three integers number 3, 4 and negative 5. 3, 4 and negative 5. So we have to check if A into B into C is equal to A into B into C. That means here I make group of B and C and then multiply this group with A, and in RHS I make the group of A and B, and after that I multiply with C. Okay, we have to check whether LHS is equal to RHS or not. Okay, so for this I consider here one example 3, 4 and negative 5. Here value of A is 3, B is 4 and C is negative 5. Okay, so let us check LHS here 3 into 4 into negative 5. So first we have to solve the bracket. In bracket there is a multiplication of 4 into negative 5. Positive into negative. Answer is negative. So 4 into negative 5, negative 20. Okay, now 3 into negative 20. 3 into negative 20. Positive into negative. Answer is negative. So it is negative 60. Now for the RHS here, now I make the group of A and B here. A and B. That means 3 into 4 into negative 5. Okay. So first we have to solve bracket here. That is 3 into 4 is 12. Now 12 into negative 5 is negative 60. So look at LHS and RHS. Here LHS answer is negative 60. Also in RHS product is negative 60. That means we get here LHS is equal to RHS. Okay. LHS is equal to RHS. Okay. Now consider one more example here. Here I change the values of A, B and C. Here value of A is 7, B is negative 6 and C is 4. Okay. So first LHS, that means A into B into C here. A into B into C. First we have to solve this bracket. Negative 6 into 4. 6 into 4, that is negative 24. 6 into 4, negative 24. And 7 into negative 24 is negative 168. 7 into negative 24, negative 168. Since positive into negative, answer is negative. Okay. Now for the RHS, we make the group here 7 into negative 6. 7 into negative 6. Now 7 into negative 6, negative 42. Into 4, answer will be negative 168. So for the second example also, we get here LHS is equal to RHS. So for both the examples, we get LHS is equal to RHS. So what do you observe here? What will be your observation? Just tell me. Okay, it shows that if I make the group of any integers, with in product, it does not affect on the answer. If I make the group of any integers with product, it does not affect on the answer. Look at here, in first or in LHS, I make the group of P and C, and in RHS, I make the group of A and B. That means when we multiply three integer numbers, if we multiply three integer numbers with any group, if I change the order of group also, then it does not affect on the answer. This property is called as associative property. This property is called as associative property. So we say here multiplication is associative for integers. Multiplication is associative for integers. Okay. So my dear students, in our today's session, we have learned properties of multiplication of integers. Which properties? Closure property, commutative property, and integer and associative property. Okay. Closure property says that integers are closed under multiplication. That means when we multiply two integer numbers, again we get same integer number. When we multiply with two integer numbers, we get an integer. So we say that integers are closed under multiplication. Next property is commutativity. Okay, what this property says? A into B is equal to B into A. That means when we multiply two integer numbers, if I change the order of number, it does not affect on the answer. Okay. Then associativity property. What associativity says? Whenever we multiply three integer numbers, if I make group of any integers, it does not affect on the answer. So multiplication is commutative and associative for integers. Okay students. Also we have learned when we multiply 0 with any integer number, our answer will be 0. When we multiply 1 with any integer number, we get the same number. So 1 is called as multiplicative identity. And when we multiply minus with 1 with the any integer number, we does not get the same integer number. The sign of integer will changes. If the integer is positive, after multiplication by 1, we get the negative integer. If the integer is negative, after multiplication of negative 1, we get the positive integer. Okay students? So listen this video carefully, watch this video carefully, and write down all the examples in your notebook. Okay? Till then, have a good day.